Hello and welcome to the Social Recruiting Show. I'm Katrina Collier. I speak, train and write about the use of social media for recruitment. I'm joined, of course, by my colleague Audra Knight, who is an employer branding expert, nerd specialist, recruitment marketing specialist, whichever I call you. She's an expert. That's all that matters. And she's going to introduce today's guest.
Yeah, so today we have Matt Duran, and he actually works with my company called Tenable Network Security. And he's one of our lead technical recruiters and obviously fantastic. But Matt, yes. Do you want to give us like a quick rundown about your career? I know you were at Merkle and Geico.
And that was my career.
Yeah. Were you at Geico with Shannon Spedstead?
Yeah. We worked on the same team for I was there for 9 years. I worked there about 4.5 with her directly, and then first few were I was technical recruiter, and then I moved over to the college recruiting side, worked with her, and working with her, she was her idea, but she launched all that branding stuff back in the day. It was fantastic. So,
oh wow, cool.
Before that, I did agency stuff for a little while. Not the biggest fan of it, so got out of it as quick as I could, and jumped into corporate, and been doing that ever since.
But I think that the agency side gives you the sort of the selling and the drive. And I think the best in-house recruiters are ex-agency. I know a lot of people probably should be that, sorry. But I think you have the drive to make the placements and to push, keep it going.
Yeah, a little bit of scrappiness too sometimes. You always kind of have to fight for something. So
yeah. And I think if you haven't had that on the other side, then you won't have it like pushing through hiring managers or keeping things on track. I don't know, it's just my personal opinion.
And there's no better way to get your fair share of interesting candidates along the way too. So
yeah, true. So of course, for those who weren't on the pre-call, like pretty well only Jim and Jose, because I'm really excited because I'm finally going to get to meet Matt in person at Recruit DC later in the month, which you're also heavily involved with. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, Recruit DC is kind of a grassroots local community of recruiters, and that's obviously branched off into branding and marketing and stuff like that too. And we have a good mix of agency, corporate types around here. It's pretty specific to some of the federal stuff too. A lot of cleared and veteran recruitment going on. So sometimes we focus specifically on those, but we try to hit a lot of different topics. We do 2 conferences a year, one in spring, one in fall, and we do other events throughout the year, little socials and morning educational things, but it's a small group of folks that get together and put on a 300 and some odd person conference. So
exciting, 300 people.
Yeah, it's grown a lot. Before it was only 50 people showing up. And,
wow.
And then we tried to jump up by 100 people this year. And,
the speakers this year were really impressive.
Yeah,
particularly this one. Oh no, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Well, usually we do a lot more local stuff, right? I mean, we get people that we have a lot of good companies around here. In fall, everybody that spoke was local, and then we started getting these call for proposals from some pretty great people, and we said let's do it. Let's bring in who we can, who wants to come and be a part of it, and
I think the reason I'm so excited is obviously I just stuck a bit in, way back. But it was the fact that what I feel deeply passionate about is clearly sought after. So what I think is going on in the marketplace where it is really hard to get people to reply is actually true. So it's like, they are struggling. It's not just me seeing that amongst me and my clients. It really is. So I'm so excited. Can't wait. Yeah. But I mean, obviously you wanted to talk about talent communities, which I don't think is so dissimilar. There's a lot of sort of span.
I want to be clear about, I hate the term talent community. So,
so do I. I like to call people.
This is more about what I'm going to talk about is more about how to be a part of that audience community. The target audience. In our case, it's software engineers and security people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of your point. How do you get them to respond? Well, how do you get them to respond to email? But can you hold a conversation with them in a more social setting? That's a hard thing to do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I'm going to show it because not everyone will have seen it at Recruit DC, but obviously the thing that came up with the Google recruiter that's been going mad around Twitter. And, you know, the fact is, one, why did you send it that way? And then why didn't you follow it up? And look at the fact that this is what it takes to get a response. And he thinks this is great. And other people are going, that's not great. And it's like, you're thinking it's not great. But
I'll reserve my comment.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. It's
like a bad email?
No.
It was actually
getting
really
a lot of good press. I mean, the guy, I've seen the guy that does the receiver of the InMail before. I think he's in Australia or something. He was super excited about it and took a screenshot of it, and then it got like 22,000 mentions or retweets.
So it started with like the subject singing badly at Google, because the guy says on his LinkedIn profile he can't sing well, and then it's like blah, blah, blah. So he says he's from Google, which is amazing. It got ignored. I'd love to find the right fit for you at Google, given your experience in Nyan cat costumes, system architecture, Perl, and talking like a pirate.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, he's taken the time to read the profile and put it in. But what got me was the people saying, but that's really lame. And I'm thinking, most recruiters don't even do that. So I thought it was quite cool. So
I think it was a good. I think it's different than what you typically do, but I think my personal opinion, I think it's about average in what you should be doing anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, one time I got a call with a guy because he had a horse head mask on his head in his profile picture. I just said, dude, that's a great mask for a profile picture. And he just wrote back and said, thanks. Most people hate it. And I said, that looks pretty cool. And then he said, you're a recruiter. What were you looking at me for something specific? And so we just scheduled the call. It didn't turn into anything, but you know.
Yeah, standing out is important.
But it's who he knows. So he now thinks you're great because you're human, and you treated him like a human being. So you don't know who he's passed your name to.
Yeah.
That's the bit I always like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good point.
So tell us more about what the topic's meant to be about. Before I go off about yesterday's thing.
So what I talked with Audrey a little bit about, and I just made a comment, and she's like, "Oh, that's great. We're gonna do it." I'm like, crap.
And you went,
First of all, this thing all went down on a Wednesday morning on a random visit to her cube.
Yeah.
But no, what I wanted to come on and talk about is how do you make yourself stand out in a crowd of targets and industry people at something like a conference or a meetup or something like that. I mean, I've seen recruiters walk into a technical meetup and you go around the room, you introduce yourself, and they launch right into their spiel. Oh yeah, we're looking for this and we're looking for that, and we got a great company and culture. And I'm like, they're not even really trying to learn why they're here. Yeah. And so this one, it was Maryland 2600. It's a hacker club. If you know anything about the Captain Crunch whistle and the telephone 2600 hertz, just Google it. You can hack into a phone system back in the 70s using a Captain Crunch whistle, basically.
Whoa!
And make long distance calls.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so 2600 has become this kind
Audrey didn't even know we had phones in the 70s, so.
But wait, do you have
the old dial ones, and you dial around, and then on the last number you get it wrong, and you'd sit there going, "Oh my god!" and you slam the phone at it, you start again. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think Maureen would like this because I've heard her talk about phone sourcing all the time. But no, you blow into the phone this whistle, and it would it sends a tone that would say, okay, long distance has been accessed, and then you just dial a number, and you can just do it for free. Back in the 70s, it was expensive to do long distance. But anyway, so that's the Hertz level is 2600, and so that just became a magazine and this little subculture of things, and they tried to revive that here in Maryland. Yeah. And so I went to their first meetup, and I walk in looking like this, no big deal.
No suit and tie.
Not talking about the beard.
Well, hey, it's good camouflage.
Honestly.
So I look like everybody else, but I just sat back and I just listened to everybody else, and then somebody jumped in who was a recruiter in his khaki pants and his company polo shirt, and went to town on everybody. And, after the meeting, I went out drinking with everybody, and he went home.
Not to bed.
So, but it's just stuff like that, just listening to what's going on around you, absorbing the conversations and what's interesting to them, and if you have a chance to add some value to it, do it, but don't vomit recruiter talk at a community event.
Exactly.
I have a question. What, for someone who has done a lot of events, like a recruiter, where would they find like the right events for their target audience? Just go online and.
I mean, talk to. You can do it online. I mean, Meetup has a lot of community. I did that one. There's a PHP user group that I reached out to the organizer and said, "Hey, do you mind if I come to this?
Yeah.
I know I'm a recruiter. I don't want to be that guy."
And good for you for doing that.
Yeah, and you'll meet him too. I got him to do our panel, the last panel of the day of Recruit DC. And so he and I have been
so excited.
Talking for years, and I've helped him out. I let him use our office here for a meetup once. And he's helped me out with reaching out to some people that he might know, and it's just you can find these things. You just can't go in and just barrage people with a pitch.
Yep.
But I mean, I think when you're in-house, you have the upper hand as opposed to agency side. So you can go and talk to your own developers and say, okay, explain to me what it is you do. Tell me what this is. What does PHP mean? What does it look like? What floats your boat? What gets you going? Like, and have that. And so at least you've got a starting point when you're having that conversation.
Yeah, and I get invitations from our staff sometimes to go to different things. There's a Linux group local here. They asked me to show up one time and talk to some folks. So it's good.
Well, I'm sure they want advice anyway when they're out looking. We've got questions down here, but I don't know why the question thing's not working, Jim. Sorry. So Jim, how do you keep the members of talent communities warm and interested in working for your company? I think you're out in other talent communities, though, aren't you, rather than creating your own?
Yeah, so I'm more to the point. We do a lot of conferences. We will set up booths. We'll sponsor conferences. Some if I can just go to my own, I will. So big communities like for InfoSec is B-Sides. They do it all over the world. There's something like ShmooCon here locally, and ShmooCon. Don't talk about ShmooCon. It's very
how do you spell it?
ShmooCon. And
okay.
So there are those types of events that we just get a chance to go to as a sponsor because kind of a plug for the company. I mean, our company's been around the security space for a long time, so we have a history, and we have people that are on our team that are what you would call industry celebrities. We have ours in recruiting, and we have people on staff that are like that, and they get to go out anywhere. People recognize them wherever they go. They have thousands of followers on Twitter, and they are a great catalyst for me to be able to walk in and just say, they have somebody come to them and say, "Yeah, I'm looking for something new," and they can just say, "Go talk to Matt. He's over at the booth," or
talk to the man with the beard. Oh, sorry, I meant to say beard. I've said it again. That's twice. We should have a beard count.
Do shots every time I say it, right? Make a drinking game.
No, so my client, Zalando, in January, they had a beanie count going. The guys were wearing beanies, and I kept saying beanie. And they were, that was quite funny. You call them beanies in the US as well?
Yeah, we don't wear much, though, do we?
No?
I don't think so.
I don't think.
Oh, no. It's a weird European thing. But, so we've got beard count and beanie count.
So to answer the question about how to keep them warm, I mean, it's not always about turning it into a candidate, right?
Yeah.
They don't always have to be. I've actually got people that they've reached out to me on Facebook and friended me there. And, I make Twitter comments, and they'll just general, not even recruiting related stuff, not even job related stuff, and they'll write back and say, "I'm doing the same thing," or "Hey, I've tried that before." I think the other day I was watching the Radio Disney Music Awards with my kids, and I was lamenting doing so, and I made a comment about it on Twitter, and somebody else that I'd never met before, but we follow each other in the InfoSec community, he wrote back saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing the same thing," and we started sharing our misery listening to that kind of music. But it's just stuff like that. I mean, you have a conversation.
What is it? The recruiters go, and often when they're in a big corporate, and then they think, "I now can no longer be a human being."
Yeah, I don't.
Because people are talking to you, they're not talking to you about technology. They're talking about everyday stuff.
And if you go to these conferences, you'll see that it is about family and friends. I mean, these types of things, they bring their families too. You see little kids walking around doing stuff, and some of them actually have little kid sessions, like call them hacklings, I think, in B-sides. And they have little stuff for the kids to go do, because these things are done on Saturdays and Sundays too, by the way, most of them. And so those are your true, diehard folks that want to participate. And, as we give the sacrifice, usually it's a Monday through Friday thing, right? Saturday, I'm not going to do that. But you have to.
But it's also cool as well, because it's encouraging the next generation to come into tech when there's such a shortfall, which is my generation's fault, because we went through the geeky stuff. So if I'd had kids, they'd be of the age that should be encouraged in, but haven't been. So, I mean, my little nephew, who's all of 13, is only just starting to learn to code. And I've been telling my sister for about 5 years, get him to get coding. He's just going to need it. It's going to be like a language, and there's because of our generation. So I quite like the idea of it being all kid-centric.
And we had kids at work for Bring Your Child to Work Day recently, and one of the things was from our engineering team, they did something kind of fun with Minecraft, and so my daughter's been asking about it ever since, because she's 6, and so now I'm going to try to introduce her to that a little bit and have some fun with that. So
she's the swipe generation,
right? Like, she sees the screen and she likes to touch it, even if it's not.
Aren't we going to end up with different thumbs as well from all our typing?
Oh,
we're going to end. They're saying they're going to change.
That would,
so yeah,
quite some time.
I don't know. I'm already trying, but I'm useless because I'm too old. So I want to do it with one finger. 5 thumbs. Julie's got 5 thumbs. That's what I need.
So I think what it all comes down to really is just networking, and that's good for every kind of business. Just proper good networking, the right kind. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and being around to answer questions. They have questions just like anybody else. It's they don't understand what we do. They don't know why we do things the way we do. And if you can just kind of dispel some myths or give reasons behind things, it just makes less tension between what we try to do in their jobs. Because there's definitely a mutual benefit to doing that. I mean, they may be looking for something in the future, and in technology, that your employment status could change on a dime depending on how the stock market fluctuates, or if somebody hacks your system, whatever. I mean, that stuff just happens, and you want to be one of the first people that they think about when
they reach out to.
When something happens.
Exactly. But also, so the reason I've done the survey for Recruit DC, which you won't have seen, Audra, because I don't think you're in the Recruit DC.
I just joined and I just saw it. Yeah, like yesterday or something.
Okay, yeah. So I'm basically asking the question, like, why are you there at the conference? To network, to learn new tips and tricks, to gain inspiration. Obviously, to have birthday drinks with me, that's a given. But nobody's written to find a new job. Now, to be fair, there's probably a reason nobody's clicked that. But I just thought if you think of that as overall vaguely right, there might be 1 or 2 people who want a job, but if you take that across to social media or across to, like you're saying, attending conferences and just remembering that people aren't there just to get a job, I just think it's so incredibly important.
There is a little bit of a trend if you see some of the bigger conferences like the upcoming Black Hat, DEF CON, besides Las Vegas or ShmooCon, you start to see a few job changes in people's LinkedIn profiles over
right after. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know that's why some people will be there. But my thinking is to get people in the mindset, look, the majority are here to chat amongst their peers, to gain some knowledge, to have birthday drinks with me.
They're all friends. They go to these things all the time, and you can't be the outsider forcing yourself in. You got to have some value to add.
Yeah.
Speaking of that goes well into a question from Jim. Do you create specialized content for your communities? It just went off the screen. I lost it.
That is unique.
I don't want to do that. I'm so
I don't. You're more about just going and talking than.
Sometimes you have to have a little bit of a hook, but I don't go with anything prepared. That's your job now, Audra.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I typically no. We don't have anything prepared. We have. We get to spend a little money on things like shirts. If we do a shirt for a conference, we can do some interesting things on there and have some fun with the conference shirt. But
do you have one of these? I'm wearing out my Zalando one. I need a tenable one.
Yeah, we do. I'll see what I can do about that.
Yeah.
I'm not
this
wearing.
This is like a nice girly one. It's nice and slam fit.
I'm not wearing my tenable gear today. Sorry. I'm
Me neither. We should have. I didn't think of that.
I should have the searchologist on. I should have my own on and sit here promoting myself. I'm always telling my clients stuff all the time. Quite funny. Insert wolf whistle here. Oh, Jim, he's so funny. Might let him in. He'd take over. He'd be crazy.
But there are, to go back to that the content, there are a lot of people that will, some of the booths, the people that go to the conference from the sponsor side, they are recruiting there. And they're not, they're very obvious about it too. It's fine. They do contests and games and other things that are very tech oriented. When I was at B-Sides Baltimore the other day, they had across the way, they had a video game, old like Donkey Kong and Sight Bike and Nintendo type stuff. And they were doing a little bit of an hourly prize, right? I mean, you had to go and sign up. So you had to put your information in somewhere, which is lead generation basically for that company.
Of course.
And, every hour they gave a prize for the top score of each game. And that place was like humming the whole time. Everybody was over there doing stuff with those because they were fun games. And it was a very simple thing. There's no real pitch. There's no content for it, but it gave them,
they took the time.
Gave them information.
But they knew their audience. I'm trying to find that thing that you Googled yesterday that put the game up. I can't think what it was. Under Google Images. It was something Atari. Oh, no, that's my conversation with Audra. That's why I can't find it. I'm in the wrong chat. I think you could set that far back. I'm like,
do you think the candidates really give their real email address, or just sometimes they?
Some do.
Like 50-50?
Yeah, you can tell sometimes that it's their spam address.
A
lot of people, I see they set up a jobs email address, so they'll put in something goofy. I created one just for spam myself, so I don't.
I need to do that. Yeah.
Do you?
I think. Well, just.
Do you get hit up that much?
No.
I mean, I would have thought the techies would get hit up much more. I mean, I get stuff
just from vendors.
Yeah, I'm just talking in general. Yeah. But
I mean, the vendors are certainly adding to the noise, unfortunately.
I like that.
Which is frustrating.
Fred at don'temailme.com. I've used that one. I totally used that one.
I so need that. We're stealing that. I want to see if this thing's still working. I am listening, but it was so cool yesterday. I don't want to share it if it's not working. Is that wrong? It's so bad. I'm hosting my show, but I'm checking if this is still working. No, it was Atari Breakout, but you had to do it as a Google image search, and you could play the game. And I lost 10 minutes of my life yesterday. Is it still going? Oh my God, my machine's so slow. It's still going.
What is it? What are you looking for?
If you go Google image search, don't do it now. Of Atari Breakout. And then you can sit there and play the old game.
Oh, okay.
My generation, it's so cute because that's what we used to play was the move it around. And I came down to one block and lost it. I was like, you idiot. But anyway, good fun if you'd like to waste 10 minutes. But I guess they understood their audience, didn't they? Or the people that were going to be there. Yeah. Which is where it all becomes,
And
so if you could change, sorry. I was just going to say, if you could change one thing, like if you have one bugbear in that space where recruiters are getting it so wrong, what would it be?
I guess really...
You're allowed to say more than one.
Yeah, I know. People don't understand that there's a big history with... I'm talking InfoSec mostly. So no matter what industry you're in, there's a history, and there are people, and there are events. And I don't think people take the time to know the backstory of why that conference is important, or what they're doing, or even some of the basic words. Now, for InfoSec stuff, I'll give you a cheat sheet. Just go watch that show, Mr. Robot. I mean, it's one of the only ones that I've never heard anything bad from the InfoSec about. I actually like it. Like when that movie Black Hat came out last summer, it was during Black Hat, actually. It was during ShmooCon. And the next day, people came in just laughing hysterically at it. Like, this is the worst thing in the world. Doesn't even accurately portray what we're doing. So understanding what they do. Now, obviously, that's a glorified show. And there's a lot of drama involved in it. But there's a lot of subtle references to things.
I'm concerned that Cameron's just said that's the great show. I'm hoping he means the other one.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Clarify, Cameron.
But yeah, it's it's an interesting show, and you get to actually learn. They've done their research on it. So if you ever wanted to get something real quick insight, just binge watch Mr. Robot. You'll know all you need to know about having a conversation with a security person.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah. That is a little.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't want to binge watch TV, is there another suggestion?
There are a lot of there's a lot of blogs out there. You can look at Krebs, Brian Krebs. He does blogs and things like that about security-related things. Today, there's all things in the newspaper about security stuff just because it keeps getting hacked. But there are industry podcasts. There's one called Security Weekly that we've sponsored in the past before too, and they're talking in real words about things that are happening. So find an industry podcast. Find something that people in your industry pay attention to. Go talk to your devs. Go talk to your nurses. I mean, this doesn't just apply to technology. Talk to your nurses and find out what they do to keep up on their current events, and then from there you can actually backtrack to some of the historical stuff that might be relevant for any conversation you're going to have.
It's quite extraordinary. I will always get people go, I haven't got time. I just haven't got time. I just think you must waste so much time by not knowing all of this stuff, but then not being able to talk and quickly, get people on your side of wanting to apply. You're just wasting time.
I mean, instead of, something in the morning, just open up a feed of articles or websites that you enjoy. I mean, I use Feedly in the morning, and I have all sorts of stuff put in there, and I just even if I just do headlines, at least I know at that point I can bookmark it if I really want to check it out. Do it later. I find myself reading more security stuff or technology stuff than recruiting stuff these days.
Yeah. Well, recruiting doesn't change that much. To be
Plus,
fair.
I like to do podcasts while driving.
Yeah,
because you're sitting there in the car anyway. Instead of listening to music, listen to a podcast. A relevant one. It's really helpful.
It's true. I love Jim's comment here. I'm too busy to be organized and efficient.
It's a long game.
I never said I was organized or efficient.
No. I know what he means. Honestly, I get it all the time. What's this thing about forms? I'm getting confused.
Well, he's talking about when you apply for an agency, I think. But he might be talking about application.
No, I imagine when you said the word security cleared about DC, they're probably not going to like me very much. And I'm like, here, pull your phone out, try and apply for a job. But he might mean that. Would you have the same problem then in the security space, or you can just go, here's my phone number, here's a CV, apply?
Depends on what.
Do they have to be security cleared on top of security specialists?
Not in our company. No. We're a product company, so we build security products and software. So we sell to the government, but we also sell to commercial. So if anybody wants to look it up, it's called Nessus. It's a great tool. Other things too, but.
Say that again. I didn't hear. There was a plug. When you missed the plug.
But there's other things too.
Yeah.
Plug alert.
Hey, people should know, because if they are recruiting InfoSec people, a lot of companies they're looking for use our product. You need to know that or related products.
Don't give your trade secrets away. That could be people you're trying to recruit. I quite love that though. This whole little. Well, I mean, I'm getting that buzz from Recruit DC, but the social recruiting tribe as well. Yeah. There's such a lovely exchange of information. There's not this cutthroat, from that agent world that we're both from. That cutthroat. We will not share information.
And there are some just traditional companies that don't want you talking to anybody. It's either they don't get it, or maybe they just have to be that protected of things. But those tend to be the folks that don't go out to conferences or listen or watch things like this. They're just in their own little world, which is cool. I mean, I'm sure you can do well there, but if something were to happen, what are we going to do? You'd be able to do what you were doing internally and still be able to do it in a new company or what have you. So it's going to be a part of your community no matter what it is.
Yeah, for anyone. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
I think trust is important as well. So important. I've got a client over here, and they had a data breach. So they've just gone to the extreme. So the people aren't even allowed to walk into the office with their shoes on. and certainly no phones. They've all got lockers. So shoes come off,
Holy cow!
wallets, phones, everything gets locked up, and they walk in, and they're given slippers, which is so nice.
Wow.
Well, that's
and they wonder why they can't recruit.
They have to work in
Sorry?
skiffs, and skiffs you can't have any kind of
Wow.
external device. People that say I can't bring in. So this has a GPS on it. This watch
Right.
can't bring it in. Can't wear it.
Wow.
You got to take everything off, leave it in a locker, come back later and get it. And that's everywhere here in Maryland and DC, Virginia.
Is it because of the security clearance side?
It's the security threats. Because somebody could get GPS signals off of your watch if you're in some highly cleared space, and that could lead to something else. The breaches tend to be from somewhere that you didn't even know existed. I think the Target breach was more to do with their HVAC system than their computer systems.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy. It must be hard for recruiters working in that type of environment.
Yeah, I don't have to do that. I never want to do that.
No. I'm going to let one of you guys deal with Jim's strange comment over there.
He says that they have to wear hazmat suits. Pretty much, it sounds like.
You have to go in there in your underwear and get, air blown and.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. That would just be the worst.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that stuff. But there are a lot of great people that do every day, and they love every minute of it. It's so much harder than anything that I've ever done, and I just completely appreciate everything they do. I never want to do it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Does that mean that the people in those companies then can't keep it real on social media as well?
I would think so.
So I'm just trying to think how relevant.
Probably not. I mean, that's typically somebody that's going to unfortunately be forced to only post jobs. And it's no fault of their own. I mean, this is national security they're talking about. So, I mean, you kind of have to try to give them a pass. I mean, there's ways to do it. I mean, Derek Zeller, he's been in clear community forever. Everybody knows him. Knows what he's like on social media. And he has fun with it.
Yeah.
But there are some that either because they don't want to, or because they're just afraid of something happening with their employment. I wouldn't want to risk that if I had a good, nice job. But that's.
I love what he does. His photo yesterday from it's Comscore, isn't it? He's just started at his feet. Just the photo, and it's just what did you call it? The cube. Cubicle, as we call it here. But it just made me laugh. But such an insight into the company. If you come and work here, you're going to be working in this kind of environment. It's just a photograph.
Yep. Okay. But people in the cleared space can't do that. No pictures. Nothing.
No. I mean, I get them not being able to take pictures of highly confidential stuff, but surely a cubicle is just a cubicle.
It's again the threat, the potential. They don't want to do it. I certainly don't blame them.
Yeah, I couldn't work in that environment.
No, it would just be too hard.
They should start
for the longest time. We had that here. We had a no picture policy in our organization, and it was only maybe a couple of years ago where that got loosened quite a bit. I mean, there's always hey, don't take a picture with code on your screen or something
obviously.
like that.
That's like a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Rather be safe than tell very specifically.
But I think that's tough now, and I don't just think it's the younger generation. But I like to see in before I do anything.
Yeah.
Even deal with a client. I'm Googling, having a look, seeing what their office is like. Do I want to work with the people? That's it. And I just think that's what everyone does. So it must be really tough for those companies that are locked down. But then at the same time, I guess they're attracting like-minded people who can deal with that environment. We've already said we three couldn't. Judging by what we're all wearing, we definitely couldn't. We wouldn't do the corporate stuffy security cleared anyway. Well, then just
ideally they'll just self-select themselves out.
Yeah,
makes sense.
They do. Yeah.
Jim's on a roll.
What's he written here?
Yeah, he is.
He's like, I know. What are you smoking this afternoon, Jim? Seriously. It could be a transformer bot more than meets the eyes.
Actually, I think he's got a good idea there. They have done cool secret codes in job description. You know what I mean, or not. There's been lots of cool examples.
Yeah, if you the Telegraph over here, let me see if it's still there. If you right-clicked and viewed the page source.
That kind of thing is fun. for our kind of community.
Let's see if it's still there. It was there for ages.
What's that one?
On the Telegraph newspaper. Oh, well, the online, obviously. I'm not looking at the screen at the moment, so sorry if I'm missing anything.
We actually have something like that.
Oh, was it the Telegraph?
No, we have, or we should?
No, we do. Yeah, on our site, there's if you look at the properties of our homepage, if you scroll down a little bit, it's because some technical folks just check out properties of the site just to look at what's happening. And we have if you can read this, we want to talk to you. We've done the Tenable logo and name and
HTML or whatever.
Dashes and hyphens and stuff. So,
no, it must be the Guardian. I've got the wrong
That's
newspaper.
awesome. I gotta check that
you
out.
can just go to ours.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
No, I'm not doing your job for you. You do your job.
I just did my job. I gave a plug for how you can find out something cool on our website.
TenableJobs.com.
So is it the job site or the corporate site?
No, it's the corporate site.
Very cool.
I want to do more with that. It sounds like a good thing to do more with, but people reference it all the time. It's been there for years now, and people reference it all the time.
That's really cool. Oh, my computer's so slow because of Blab. Half an hour later, the page loads. Click that Flickr link. See the hidden recruiter message in the HTML. Why does that scare me? Oh, yeah, no, it's still there. We are hiring.
Yeah.
Let me copy the link over.
Where did Audra go?
Audra. Here, Audra. I think
she's gone. It's just us now.
That was really confusing because I was looking where she was.
Like
her was up the top, and suddenly
camera
you were
just
there.
kind of fell down. I don't know.
Oh, hang on, I've got to unlock the seat. Sorry, unlock the seat. There we go. Yeah, I think she Blabcat knocked everything over. She clicked the hidden code. Boom.
Yes, F Society is.
Here she is. She's coming back. That was so funny. That's because she followed, Jim's link. God knows where that went.
That's right, yeah.
I am not following Jim's link ever. We lost you.
I think I just broke my laptop. I'm really scared. I put in Tenable Network, and all of a sudden this big virus thing popped up and started yelling at me. So I shut it down. I guess I'll be calling IT later. I'm scared. Oh dear.
That's okay. I know this great recruiter that could replace you when you're fired, so it's all good.
Shit.
You're moving around a lot, by the way.
That's because I'm holding my phone. I'll try to keep it still.
Oh, you completely blew up your computer.
Well, I got scared and just shut it.
Just pull the plug. Yeah, that works.
I'm not sure whether I should click this link of Jim's. I'm a bit scared. The Flickr one. I kind of want to look, and I'm like, no. So come on, tell us more about what we should do right with our talent communities.
I'm not one to tell you to do it right or not, because
okay, what do we do
I don't
wrong?
do it right either. But I can't say much more than know your audience. I mean, it boils down to simple stuff like that. You do have to dig in a little bit more. It's not just about knowing what developers do, but if you're looking for, JavaScript people understand the nuances, the jokes, the funny things about the day-to-day life of somebody, and when you see something that they may have posted on social, react to it.
Comment.
And make it not just like, oh, that's funny, but find out why it's funny.
Yeah.
And then try to add value to what they're doing. There's so much griping and moaning from people on Twitter, and it's all in jest. And they're trying to give an insight to their day and what they're thinking, and take that as data to process and say, okay, why is that funny? Let me understand that, and that just gives you another tool to use in the conversation later on.
The worst is when you see those recruiter jokes where they don't get it, and you just think, oh my god, you don't. It just seems so easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not. But
I enjoy here, Audra. I think they're using you as training for the new pen testers.
I'm scared to turn it back on.
So what did you flick? You flicked?
I I was doing a search and I put in Tenable Network, and then I just hit enter and it went berserk. We'll talk after.
Why have we got a right tag link just gone there? Oh, already being done.
Well, now we're getting
Okay, now I'm lost.
random links that somebody's gonna get hacked off of this.
Yeah, don't click on it.
No, I know, I'm scared. You're going to blow your machine up again. You're going to blow your machine up.
Yeah.
But I know the question is probably going to come, how many hires, right? How what is this
can you track it
for me, right? And it is hard to track, but some of the stuff is free. So if I'm just doing it on my own and it comes to a hire, great. So examples of things, I went to this local thing called Tech Breakfast. And then we started sponsoring it, but I would go there and just meet people, talk to them. I think I've had like 2 hires off of that. It's not huge numbers, right? But I mean, we didn't spend any money at the time, and what we're spending now is minimal. I've even put things on Reddit. There's check Reddit out for hiring threads for your industry, and like 2 or 3 people from that, and that's free as well. You just don't talk like a robot on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Say something interesting, and that's a place where people actually are looking for things. Even Recruit DC has gotten me a hire. We did a panel discussion a couple of years ago that somebody asked me. This is before I was part of the board, but we were bringing technical people onto the stage to say, okay, let's have a real talk with technical people, and recruiters, ask them whatever questions you had. Now, I reached out to this person on Twitter because he made some snarky recruiter comment, and I said, hey, you might be good for this.
Hey, come and sit in front of 300 recruiters.
So we chatted. We talked on the phone, and I just sent him a note and said, are you interested in doing this? He said yes. He showed up. It took me 8 months to recruit him, but he's still here and he brings us folks all the time.
But that's it, isn't it? It's not necessarily about the time to hire or the cost to hire or that kind of thing. It's what you're doing is such a niche space, isn't it? So it's tough to get people. So you've got to take the time to build the trust. It's not like you're doing high volume recruitment. Then I get people going, well, where's the return? It's like, well, no, I'm doing really hard to find.
It's got to be the right tactic. If you have to hire 300 call center people, this quarter, then no, you're not going to go off and do that. That's hopefully your post and pray works for something like that. But at that same time, you can't make those people mad because you can always go back to them later on. It may not have been the right move for them at the time, but don't just pass on them because of something you see. I've seen it before where it's like, oh well, they couldn't work this shift, so I just didn't call them. And like, well, okay, great. Maybe spend 5 minutes and say, hey, we don't need that shift right now, but you've been in this job long enough to know that next quarter you're going to have that shift, and maybe that's something you can just kind of reach back out to. Put your later. And
of course, they're going to pop to Indeed and write a little review about how shit the company was, and it's going to cost you 20 hires. You don't go back to people. It's so simple, isn't it? So it's not complicated. Or just stop moving.
It's hard. I think another thing that you're doing right, Matt, too, is just having a unique look. Really makes you stand out. Because I remember when I first was interested in the company, I looked you up on LinkedIn, and I recognized you from a random picture that someone else had shared on Facebook. But I knew you right away because you have a unique look. So I think that's also helpful and awesome.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't like to play into it's true. It is true.
It's memorable.
You were at SourceCon, right? Just gone?
Yeah.
So you said to somebody I know, oh, Katrina, blah, 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 blah. You dropped my name in the conversation. They fed it back to me. And I'm going, okay, let's look up all the people I know with long beards. I couldn't work out who it was. And I'm going, it's one of these 5. So I thought it was really unique until I had to image search it backwards and work out who the hell was talking about me. I did work out it was you eventually. It was quite funny. But it was just cracked me up as well.
It's just fun. There is a reason. I've always wanted to do this, and I had jobs where I probably really couldn't. And then I came here and everybody's kind of got one. And just stop shaving. Just
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so my
Yeah.
questions were going to be: is it itchy?
no,
And how long did it take?
this is 2.5 years.
Wow.
Jeez.
And do people just randomly pull it? So that's 3
Yes.
questions. Now I'm done.
Wait, they touch it?
The worst was with my daughter,
Yeah.
my youngest daughter, because she's 2, she's 2.5. So I kind of stopped shaving the time that she
Yeah.
was born. And yes, she was nuts around 1, just pulling on it all the time. It hurt so bad.
Oh.
So she's never seen you without it. So when you show
No,
up, she
no.
won't know who you are.
Yeah. No, they don't want me to. I ask them all the time. They say no.
Oh, that's cute.
It's kind of funny though. That you think it's a child thing where they won't recognize you, but when I went brunette, so I'd been blonde for years and went brunette. So my now ex-husband just walked straight past me in the supermarket, didn't recognize me at all, just from the color change. It's quite extraordinary. So they won't recognize you.
Yeah, but to bring that back to some of the stuff we're talking about, again, knowing who your audience is, if you're going to go to one of these types of events,
Yeah.
and it's a dev event, don't go in your khakis and your
Mhm.
polo shirt. I mean, they're wearing t-shirts and
Yeah.
be comfortable, because that's what they're there for too.
Yeah.
We did an event at B-Size Charm, kind of an after happy hour thing, and it was a recruiting and a hiring and networking type event.
Yeah.
And some folks showed up on a Saturday night in business type clothes. Like, just
Yeah.
don't get it. It's not going to endear somebody to want to really come up and talk to you, because then you kind of put them on the defensive by saying, okay, I'm just in my con shirt and shorts and flip flops.
Yeah.
But you're in your nice
Yeah. It
business
feels too
attire.
business.
It's like a
yeah.
barrier. Yeah. I mean, I do, like I was saying, I do that. I like with my clients, so I know what to wear to go onto client site. So I'm sure job seekers are doing it, and the reverse. I definitely think the recruiters should be doing it. And I've done it for Recruit GC, and gone, ooh, I better dress up a bit. They look quite posh
Oh. What
compared to my
should we
normal
wear
conference
for that?
attire. Huh?
What should we wear for that, Matt?
I'm looking at ordering a special shirt.
Oh.
Oh.
It's not something great, but something I thought was funny. So I'm probably gonna be wearing a t-shirt.
They do look quite formal though. The girls.
Yeah. This is a community where people, if they're coming from work, they're probably
Okay.
in work stuff. I mean, even in the past, I've done a blazer and stuff like that. But I think this year I'm going low key.
Yeah.
I keep devolving all my personality for this, because it's I used to wear the nice khaki stuff too, and then now I'm just wearing a t-shirt and jeans. And
Yeah.
that's what I wear pretty much everywhere. So,
Yeah, but I got to stand up the front there, remember? So I kind of got to fix
That's
that.
Don't worry.
Anyway.
Maybe I'll come in dressed as Gandalf.
Nice.
That's what he said over on the side.
Or just a Viking hat.
Sorry?
Or he could just wear a Viking hat.
Yes. But no, it's again, it's about understanding who you're going to be around.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to nice business networking thing, cocktail hour. Yeah, I'm probably not going to wear a t-shirt and jeans for that.
No, of course not.
But
Sorry, I've worked out what I'm wearing.
It's
It
like
won't be
a
completely
career
stuffy
fair.
there is a
corporate.
dress code. There is a
do
very,
stuffy
very
corporate.
strict dress code. We will be measuring everything as you come in, and if you don't fit, I'm not gonna.
I'm really sorry today we haven't got our keynote speaker because she wasn't wearing pumps. Sorry.
Oh, dear.
No, I'm sure that's not going to happen, but I'm so excited about it. It'll be good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
So,
So, any final thoughts? I can't believe how fast this
Yeah.
goes.
We can't plug this DC event because it's sold out. When will the next one be? Early next year?
yeah, November 17th. We already have next date. Yeah, it's we do them the Thursday before Memorial Day and the Thursday before Thanksgiving.
Good. And will that be a similar conference or a different, like?
It'll be a half day. We tend to do a full day in the spring and a half day in the fall.
Mhm.
The same type.
I just know I'm going to have FOMO when I'm not there after this one because I can already tell it's going to be so cool.
We'll just have to
But
come.
if you're not able to come, you can always follow the hashtag Recruit DC.
November. I'm in Australia in November. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, just throw that in.
I'm jealous.
I get the most hectic next half of the year, so I don't even want to look. So much travel.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Can't complain.
Jim has
Jim has beard and
beard. No, you shouldn't.
I can't imagine Jim with one.
Jim,
I think everybody should have one.
Jim, it'd get in the way of my ability to fall asleep on your shoulder. So after we spoke in Singapore, we went out to dinner. We were both so tired from jet lag, and I was like, at the dinner table on his shoulder. Like, the beard might get in the way. I might pull it by mistake. Not good. Not good.
So Katrina, I have a question for you. I've been seeing stuff about your Uganda trip. I'd like to hear more about what's going on there.
So it's the brainchild of Ian Pettigrew, there's Connecting HR London. He runs the Manchester one up the north of England. And he decided to partner with Retrack to take 10 HR professionals out to Uganda for 7 days. And we will be working to get homeless children who are living in slum conditions, potentially sniffing petrol, all sorts of horrible stuff, to help retrack them back into homes. Wow. So it's going to be full on. So hence, I'm always putting the call out for, what have you got spare? I'm after football boots, I'm after bras, I'm after this. But also, obviously, I need cash as well, but I'm running some events, one here in London, and I've got another dinner planned and a quiz night and all sorts of stuff. But it's going to be absolutely amazing. So, but again, if you want to go. Sorry?
I'd like to go.
The stuff that you bring over, are you going to be able to give it to them yourself? That would be pretty amazing.
Yeah. So some is for the activities. So we have to play with kids and stuff like that, which I know nothing about. So any help, please feel free. When they went,
can help you with potty training.
Yeah, like that.
That's about it.
But I loved it when they were going, so what experience do you have with children? I'm like, and then they went, do you have DIY skills? I'm like, oh, thank goodness, something I can do. So I'm great with a paintbrush and all that kind of stuff. Fine. Children, no idea. But yeah, we take it and give it and play as well, which should be great fun.
Awesome.
So
That's so cool.
It's going to be, I think, really, really emotional. Even though I've been in poverty before. I've traveled to Africa before. I've been in Asia and places like that, but I've never been immersed in it. So, what is that noise?
Sorry.
Scratching.
Yeah, is it you? It's all happening. It's all happening. So, don't we have your partner in crime next week, don't we? Pete Radloff.
Oh, is he doing it? I didn't hear that. Yeah.
I think so. I have no idea what he's talking about.
He'll be fun. Yeah, he'll be.
It'll be as late as yours. We've got a bit disorganized in the last few weeks.
What are we talking about with him? Do we have a topic?
Don't know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But thankfully you jumped in last minute. Last week Mark jumped in last minute. It's all happening. So.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. And John, who wasn't on here, he's on the 3rd. We have to lose the 27th. Because you're flying.
No, I think you guys should do a live show. Stick around. Do together.
Who's on a plane?
Yeah.
See, bad planning, guys.
I'll just be hungover.
Yeah. I'll be on a plane.
I could do a little tour of DC because I'll be just sitting on the bus. I want to do the double decker.
We can do a quick show during the happy hour.
Could you imagine?
That afternoon.
Or just Periscope it. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. I've been toying with doing that. I might Periscope.
Catch is gone. The Catch that you used to be able to record your Periscopes, etc. on has died. So
really?
It seems such a shame that you can't record them. So hungover live show. Oh yeah, no, that would be more like drunken though.
Yeah, we should definitely Periscope it because it's sold out. There's gonna be a lot of people that would.
Yeah, we did that last year.
Can we not sneak Jose in? Jose wants to come. Surely one extra person. Just bring him in under my coat. No.
I do have one comp ticket.
Oh. Do the speakers get to sneak someone in? I haven't tried to sneak anyone in yet. Let's get Jose in. You do know it's in DC, Jose, by the way.
Where's
I think it's in Texas. I think somewhere down south.
Texas. Yeah. It's in.
A lot of folks coming in from New York. I looked through the guest list, and there are people traveling for this. We typically only go local crowd, but this would be a good
Mr.
one.
Levy's coming from New York City, right?
So you're coming down from, where are you coming down from? Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's me from London, obviously. Are you sure they're going to understand me? That's my main concern.
Totally.
So
Yeah, you'd be fine.
I'll do my usual. I have my 3 different versions of English, so if you can't understand me, sorry. But yeah, no, it'll be good fun. So
Everybody will be talking with an accent after you. I tend to, if I'm living in England, sometimes I tend to, speak the colloquial language of that country the little idiosyncrasies afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll be doing the rest of the
I
day.
think
All the other speakers.
It's the
speak.
slang that's the problem. So even when I go back to Australia now, because I've been in London for 14 years, I don't know what they're talking about. They use these words, and I'm looking at them going, nah, no clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are out of time. So thank you so much for all of that. There was some really good stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Which seems so obvious.
Hope I added some value somewhere. So.
Oh, absolutely. We will organise this live stream. I think it has to be done, because I know there's others like Alison, Cruz, etc. are upset they're not going to be there.
Yeah,
we have to find a way.
You can pull an extra guest. We got so many good people coming. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think we should run around and interview people as well.
we tried that.
Have way too much fun.
It's so fast and furious during that day. It's so hard to catch everybody. So
yeah, I don't know what Jim's written here. Where is Winning Impressed? I'm in London. Why is he written that? I don't know.
Jim wrote that?
Jim's written that. Anyway, on that note, thank you again. Pete Radloff next week.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
See you the week after.
See you in 2 weeks. Yep.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye.
Take care.